Well, one of the reasons why there's been so much anticipation and guesswork around what's going to happen in the next couple of seasons in F1 is because that with Lewis Hamilton moving on to Ferrari, there are going to be a few changes in the number of drivers and where they are and what seats they take for next year. So this is actually one certainty now that it's actually been decided, and it does stop some of the speculation as to who's going where. My name is Stephen Dawes, and this is No Fluff F1. Don't forget to subscribe and like and do all the good things to ensure that you get the latest F1 news, views, and reviews. Namely Fernando Alonso. On Thursday, Alonso and Aston Martin announced that the Spaniard would stay with the team until at least 2026, when Honda joins the Silverstone team as its works power unit partner. Now, this is very interesting because obviously Alonso has a little bit of history with Honda. He was there during the 3 years when Honda first came back into the sport again after their hiatus to partner up with McLaren, and things don't going according to plan really, and they ended up terminating their agreement early. But I think it was actually beneficial to Honda because obviously they then went on to have success with Red Bull. So I think those years were actually well spent with Honda, but it's just a shame that it didn't work out with McLaren, I guess. But anyway, the two-time F1 world champion did little to endure himself to the proud Japanese company with some of the public criticism he handed out. But 7 years on, those wounds appear to have healed. While Alonso acknowledges it didn't work out with McLaren, he said being able to work again with Honda was a big part of his call to renew his deal at Aston Martin. Part of the decision to stay at Aston is because they are with Honda for 2026. It was very, very important to me. Honda is definitely a manufacturer that has so much success in Formula One and in the world of motorsport. It was always a company that I respected. It didn't work out for us at McLaren in the years that they came into the sport, but right after that, they fixed all the problems and they're currently dominating the sport. I think that they will have a baseline for 2026 that is already very strong, but also they have the capacity in Sakura of building something really nice. After the experience with McLaren, Honda, and IndyCar as well, we now have the opportunities to work together again, and that for me is a true pleasure. Now, of course, it's not just the Honda engine that's going to be changing. There's also going to be changes to more sustainable fuels, and Aston Martin have a partner, Aramco, for that as well. And he said, obviously, with sustainable fuels that we will have in 2026, this is something that I would love to experiment with. We have a great partner in Aramco, so I can see a win-win situation. In 2026, we are going into the unknown for sure in terms of regulations. But if I have to choose one, my feeling is I will choose our project, our engine, and our power unit. Firstly, because I think they are dominating the sport. They are a very, very strong engine on Red Bull and AlphaTauri. And secondly, because with the new fuels and the regulations, they will have all the tools available to succeed. And I think he's absolutely right. I think that Aston Martin with the Honda and with these new fuels, I think they're going to be a force to be reckoned with in 2026. Now, obviously, it remains to be seen where other drivers are going to land up, but it looks like Fernando Alonso has pledged his future to Aston Martin, which is good for them, and it's good for Honda, I'm sure, because they know a lot about him already. But let me know down in the comment section what you think. Do you think that he is hedging his bets here? Do you think actually he's made a good decision to stay with Aston Martin given the situation that's going to be happening there in the next few years? Or do you think that he should have probably aimed to go a little bit higher in the rankings and perhaps try to get a drive with one of the top, well, should we say, higher ranking teams? Let me know down in the comment section what you think, and I'll see you next time.